A Vista couple loses $49,000 in a bank scam, and it could happen to you.
Exactly 1 month since the devastating floods, and FEMA crews are on the ground inspecting damages.
Migrants coming into our country through a hole in our border wall. In Hakamba with details.
Panda Watch has created pandemonium here at the San Diego Zoo, and tonight I can confirm they are returning.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts right now. A Vista couple is conned out of $49,000 in an all-too-common bank scam hitting customers around the county. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Anna Laurel, in for Marcella Lee. The couple's money wired out of their small business accounts at Chase Bank. CBS 8's David Godfredson spoke to a fraud prosecutor who says the best advice is to not give out any information when someone you don't know calls you, and simply hang up the phone.
I got a phone call identified as Chase Bank, and she asked me if I had purchased something at Walmart for $2,043.
The telephone call Crystal Kuhn received last week was spoofed to look like a phone number from Chase Bank. She says the woman calling knew her debit card number and some of her recent transactions.
They needed to send me an access code in order to verify my identity.
Unfortunately, she did give her the code, and then the scammer put Crystal on hold.
It was like 5 minutes, and then it was like 10 minutes. And I said to my daughter, I said, this has been a little while.
That's when Crystal opened up her bank app and saw tens of thousands of dollars being transferred between her accounts. She hung up and called the Chase Bank fraud line and then drove to the closest branch in Carlsbad.
I walked immediately up to a teller. I said, I have active fraud occurring on my account. I need immediate freeze on all of my accounts. And she told me, I'm sorry, but all of the business bankers are busy right now with customers opening accounts. I don't have anybody for you to see. You'll have to come back tomorrow.
Crystal then drove to a second Chase branch in Vista, only to be told again that no one was available. And finally, a third branch in San Marcos, where she did get to speak to a manager.
She said, I don't mean to make you be alerted or panicked, but I see now that there is initiated a wire transfer to a TD bank in Miami. And that's when I just started to panic.
$49,501 gone.
I had been there for 3 hours and 40 minutes before a freeze could actually be placed on my account.
You were at the 3 banks?
Yes.
Chase Bank emailed me a statement saying, in part, these types of scams are heartbreaking. Beware of new contacts asking you for codes. But the bank would not talk about the facts of the case.
They are spoofing our phone numbers and our text numbers so that it appears that you are talking to someone very official.
Scott Perello is a prosecutor in the DA's Elder Abuse and Fraud Unit. He says if you get a call, disconnect.
Hang up the phone, turn your computer off, and then go and find the phone number for the actual company.
We're still monitoring the final outcome of this situation. We'll do a follow-up report if the victims end up getting their money back. In San Marcos, David Godfredson, CBS 8.
Right, David, you just hate to hear that for somebody. Crystal and her husband, Dean, filed a report with the FBI. An agent told them the bank account in Florida is now frozen, and they're working leads in the case.
Former San Diego State punter Matt Arisa is getting a second shot at the NFL, signing with Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. The announcement came earlier today from Arisa's agent, JL Sports, on X. It included a statement from Arisa himself, quote, I am proud and honored to sign a contract with the Chiefs. I am thrilled to be able to continue my NFL career. I want to thank my family, who have been my rock, and my many friends who have been unwavering in their support. Arisa was dropped from the Buffalo Bills in 2022, days after a civil lawsuit was filed against him and other then current and former SDSU players, claiming they gang raped a then 17-year-old girl at a party. Arisa was dismissed from that lawsuit last year, and no criminal charges were ever filed.
San Diego police investigate 2 bodies found in the Tijuana River. Police got reports about a body in the river near Clearwater Way and Dairy Mart Road last night, but crews had to pause the search and recovery efforts until this morning. San Diego fire rescue crews say conditions in the river are harsh and difficult because of all the rain.
Obviously, we tell people to avoid, any water where they can't, where they have to navigate rushing water. It is a hazard, as you can see. Unfortunately, these people were not able to make it through or cross the river during those conditions.
Now, investigators tell CBS 8 the bodies appear to be male. The San Diego Medical Examiner's Office says one of them had trauma to his upper body. That indicates he was murdered. The other had no obvious signs of injury. Their causes of death are still pending.
We had to escape from the roof. Okay, we had to get our 3 cats, our dog, myself, my husband. Everything was flooded.
It's been a month now since devastating flooding hit southeast San Diego hard. A flood channel overflowed, sending water and mud pouring into homes and washing away cars.
People and pets rescued from those rising waters. Hundreds of homes destroyed. Today, there is hope, though, for families. FEMA is now on the ground surveying the damage to try and help them recover their losses.
CBS 8's Abby Black is live in Mountain View, where FEMA was on the ground. Abby.
Carlo, I was here on South 42nd Street when it was underwater. I'd seen cars that washed away. When you walked into these homes, you were just walking through layers of mud. As I spoke to these survivors, you could hear their pain and also hear the desperation for help. Today, they say they finally can feel like they can move forward.
We've got about 2 foot in here.
Flood survivors in southeast San Diego, still reeling from January's devastating rains, saw a glimmer of hope today as FEMA inspectors arrived in their neighborhood.
It took literally exactly a month to get the help that we've been dying for.
Karen Hernandez lives on South 42nd Street in Mountain View and shows us the damage in her garage.
I had to replace my washer.
Hernandez says on Sunday she registered with FEMA, and today inspectors did a walkthrough.
Got tables and chairs in here?
It's a similar scene on Beta Street where the home Elvira Pollen rents was damaged.
Your mixing bowls, pots and pans.
This inspection is an important step to get aid from FEMA.
It is important for people with insurance to register now, because 2 months from now they get a letter from the insurance saying that they don't qualify.
FEMA media specialist Maria Padron says currently there are about 10 disaster survivor assistance, or DSA, crews fanned out across the affected areas. They're going door to door, making sure that people are registered to apply for aid. Survivors have 60 days to apply. That gives them until April 19th. FEMA says it's also working to get a hold of families staying in hotels.
So we go to nonprofits and we go to different places where we know that these survivors are.
Padron says that once survivors are registered, an inspector will be sent out to verify the losses.
My picture frame was destroyed.
Hernandez shared with us the letter the inspector emailed her after his visit. It says homeowners or renters will find out in 7 to 10 days if they are eligible for assistance, and the money will be sent to their bank accounts by direct deposit.
The sooner you apply, the sooner you're going to get back on your feet.
But for many survivors, hope for their future is clouded by the trauma.
We lost everything. Okay, we know that, but it's just what we went through, the experience that we had. And we still have dreams. We can't sleep.
And they can't breathe. For many families staying at home, they're being exposed to mold.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we actually just changed our curtains throughout the house because there was mold growing through all of them.
Hernandez says that staying in a hotel caused too much anxiety for the family, and at home, too, they feel like they can't get ahead.
It's something that we're still dealing with, especially with the constant rains that we've had afterwards. It just doesn't dry up.
Now they have hope, seeing FEMA walk through their neighborhood.
Hope for the best and hope that they help us.
Now remember, you have until April 19th to register with FEMA, and you can do that 3 ways. First, you can call them. That number is 800-621-3362. It'll be open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can also go online at disasterassistance.gov, or you can also download the FEMA app onto your smartphone or tablet. Please spread the word with anyone that you know and share our online story that you can find at cbs8.com. Carlo.
And Abby, Mayor Todd Gloria told me yesterday those grants cap out for individuals at about $47,000. But people probably want to know how long FEMA is actually going to be in town on the ground to help survivors and victims get through this process. All right, looks like we've lost contact. That was Abby Black reporting for us live. Thanks, Abby. Tonight, an update to a case involving mayoral candidate Larry Turner. His attorneys have issued a subpoena for records from Gil Cabrera, a leader of the Political Action Committee, New San Diego. Cabrera was also appointed by Mayor Todd Gloria to the Regional Airport Authority. This comes as a lawsuit alleges that Turner did not properly establish residency in the city of San Diego, making him ineligible to run for mayor. Turner's attorney claims that Mayor Gloria is involved in this lawsuit.
If we find that evidence showing that there was additional proof of coordination, we will report the matter to the FPPC.
Mayor Gloria's office tells CBS 8 he has no involvement in the allegations against Larry Turner. Earlier this week, a judge ruled that because the primary is so close, Turner will stay on the ballot for now.
A San Diego judge restricts a state law that lets people sue gun makers or sellers for harm their products cause. The ruling prevents the state attorney general from enforcing that part of California's Firearm Industry Responsibility Act. The judge says it has an unfair, negative impact on interstate trade.
All right, we are back on Panda Watch, in case you haven't heard, but it's such a big deal, you probably have heard already. The beloved black and white bears are coming back to San Diego.
Yay! CBS 8's Jenny Day joins us from the zoo with the excitement everyone is talking about.
For more than 20 years, the giant pandas lived here at the San Diego Zoo, and now it can confirm potentially 2 bears will be returning sometime this year.
Welcome back!
As early as this summer, 1 male and 1 female, possibly descendants of Bai Yun and Gao Gao, previous San Diego Zoo residents, will call America's finest city home.
Pandas are coming back. It's official.
When I think San Diego Zoo, I think panda, right? And so I miss the panda. They're white and black. It's a beautiful thing.
They're coming back. Yes.
As part of panda diplomacy, it's been a long-standing gesture of friendship between China and the U.S. Pandas first went to D.C. back in the 70s. We got our first resident in 1996 and sadly said goodbye in 2019.
The kids grew up here in San Diego, and they went to the zoo when the pandas were here, so they had all seen them. And it's like, I was really sad that they left.
Now, once again, the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance and China Wildlife Conservation Association have signed a cooperative agreement for giant panda collaboration.
They're an iconic species and animal, and it's just great to see them coming back here.
They're roly-poly and fun to watch.
Other cities like San Francisco had been hopeful, but China picked us to enjoy their national treasure. The zoo points to their conservation efforts that have helped bring giant pandas off the endangered species list. They are now classified as vulnerable. Over decades, the population has gone from under 1,000 in the wild and in captivity to now more than 1,800. 6 pandas total were born here.
That's the reason why we came to San Diego, to bring my daughter to at least a zoo and an aquarium. So this is good news.
San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria added in part the return of giant pandas is a testament to the nearly 30-year partnership that has successfully protected these magnificent creatures.
What's not to love about the panda? Look at the panda. They're incredible.
And I'm told the old exhibit where the pandas were and you'd walk in a single file line to see them will be the same spot where the new bears will be. That exhibit, though, is currently under construction. Reporting from the zoo, Jenny Day, CBS 8.
Thanks, Jenny.
Love to see that. And pandemonium
everywhere.
ensues.
So much pandemonium. Still ahead tonight. The U.S. is back on the moon for the first time in more than 50 years.
Plus, how families on low and moderate incomes can get help with taxes this season.
Temperatures for today were near to even a little bit above or a little bit below seasonal, right on the money for Ramona, but we're talking about a warm up by tomorrow. Those details ahead.
And up next, a viral social media post claims migrants are getting gift cards when they enter the U.S. illegally. We verified that.